What's up, guys? We got the new Can Fold drop. It's live. We got new shirts, the championship ring shirt, the all team t-shirt. As you can see how it looks on my guys here. We got the new shorts just in time for the summer, and we got plenty different colorways. The website is live. We have a discount code that you can get 2 items and you get a 15% discount. The code is CF2023. Use that at checkout. Yeah, man, just go cop that, man. We've been working real hard to get this different quality, man. We got the tags on there and everything.
Yes,
this ain't a hang shirt, man.
Yes,
go
sir.
get that. We
Yes,
work real
sir.
hard on these. Website's live.
So Anheuser-Busch is in Bud Light.
They the ones that own all the beer.
Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah.
They're like silver and red.
No, Anheuser-Busch. That you
Are they
think
the
about.
brewery
They
or
own.
this the-
They're a brewery. They own Bud
Okay,
Light,
okay.
Budweiser, Michelob. All they own.
They own Michelob.
They own all that shit.
They the distributor.
They distribute.
Why you tell us?
They distributed.
You gotta drink that gas beer. Alright, man.
Oh, Bud Light that did it.
Yeah, it's the
That's like
same.
saying
No, it's
Coke,
different.
you cancel Pepsi, you can't drink Coke.
I think it's like
But I mean, it's his.
they own them.
But the
It's-
CEO.
No, they the
Pepsi
plug.
owns Powerade. You gonna drink Powerade?
Yeah, they the plug.
I know, but it says
Making it.
Bush.
They make it. They
Bush
produce it.
CEO.
They make fucking Happy Dad.
They just the company, bro.
Yeah.
I see. You see
They
what I'm
the
saying?
producer.
Yeah, like they the big plug.
Okay.
And they just their little trap.
So they're not responsible for this.
No.
No.
They
So why is he speaking on behalf of Bud Light then?
Because they own Bud Light.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's the people in Bud Light that did that. They didn't know they was gonna do that.
Exactly.
Oh.
Anheuser-Busch just manufacture it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Then.
That's
Okay.
That's their
Well,
trap.
They the
the
factory.
CEO is speaking. So CEO, you can just get moved up to the CEO. So that means you didn't create anything.
The chief.
CEO, you the
Executive
chief. You
officer.
the basically head honcho. You
Everything
the
you
boss.
say, go. I think you got more power sometimes than the owner sometimes.
Well, I mean, you're basically calling the shots for the company.
Yeah, you
They just
the
own it.
quarterback.
For more than 2 decades, Bud Light was America's top-selling beer before being dethroned by Modelo back in May. Now, this came after a boycott of Bud Light and its parent company, Anheuser-Busch, by some consumers. The controversy, I know you've heard all about it, began after trans social media star, that's Dylan Mulvaney, posted a video on Instagram, this was in April, showing the company had sent her personalized Bud Light cans. It was all part of an online promotion. Anheuser-Busch then faced more backlash for its handling of the boycott. Still, the company says it remains the country's #1 brewer,
Yeah, all
with
that
brands
shit,
like
yeah.
Budweiser and many craft breweries under its umbrella.
Never had a Budweiser.
Anheuser-Busch, U.S. CEO, that's
Bud Light is
Brendan
the
Whitworth,
language
we're
of
happy to
Budweiser.
say, joins us at the table live and in color for an exclusive interview. Number one, we're glad to have you here. Many people in your position, Mr. Whitworth, would be running for the hills at this point. Because since April, you all have faced a lot of incoming. How and why did it go so off the rails? Because that certainly wasn't your intention when you did one can to one person.
Yeah, it's been a challenging few weeks, and I think the conversation surrounding Bud Light has moved away from beer, and the conversation has become divisive. And Bud Light really doesn't belong there. Bud Light should be all about bringing people together. And there's been impact on the business, and I think that's publicly covered on Bud Light specifically.
Yeah, so what was your intention? Take us to the beginning. What was your intention? What were you all trying to do here? And you've done this before, these promotional campaigns.
Yeah, it was, just to be clear, it was a gift, and it was one can. But for us, as we look to kind of the future and we look to moving forward, we have to understand.
Wait, so they only sent one can to dude?
Yeah, they just sent him the custom cans with him on it, and then people. Was
He
like,
said
yeah,
one can. People hot about that can.
That's all nah.
See, I thought they were like
they put
selling
it-
it with his face on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like,
No, they sent him the cans with the face on it, like a little 6-pack with his face on it.
oh man, they people are kind of tweaking.
And they was like, it was like, what? Hell no!
I really thought it was.
Me too. I thought they were selling it in stores. But I mean, I guess people are saying that they're supporting.
Yeah. No, I feel
But I don't feel like there's anything wrong with supporting it. But
hey,
you know,
they showing their opinion by not supporting. So I mean, it's
yeah.
They was trying to promote
the impact
it.
that's had, and like I said, that impact has taken place. But it's the impact on our employees, the impact on our consumers, and as well, the impact on our partners. And I think one thing that I'd love to make extremely clear is that impact is my responsibility. And as the CEO, everything we do here, I'm accountable for.
Given the moment we're in, this moment in America with trans issues at the top of a Republican social or conservative political agenda, knowing what you know now, if you could go back, would you send this can to this one person again?
There's a big social conversation taking place right now, and big brands are right in the middle of it. And it's not just our industry or Bud Light. It's happening in retail, it's happening in fast food. And so for us, what we need to understand is, deeply understand and appreciate, is the consumer and what they want, what they care about, and what they expect from big brands.
So this is a part of why you're getting from all sides, because I asked you again, and people on the trans rights side of things and supporting that community want you to say yeah.
No, what you doing? I would.
Yeah, but you can't say that.
No, bro. Can't say that.
You can't say that. You already made a mistake.
Hell no, I wouldn't do that shit again.
His PR team hit on
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
They gave him some media training.
Yeah, you know, brush it off.
Yeah, brush it off.
I mean, hey, I like his answer so far. I like the guy so far. Me.
That's why he's the CEO.
People on the right would criticize you for saying yes. So where are you on the issue? I mean, was this a mistake?
Bud Light has supported LGBTQ since 1998, so that's 25 years. And as we've said from the beginning, we'll continue to support the communities and organizations that we've supported for decades. But as we move forward, we want to focus on what we do best, which is brewing great beer for everyone, listening to our consumers, being humble and listening to them, making sure that we do right by our employees, take care and support our partners, and ultimately make an impact in the communities that we serve.
So you did point out that Anheuser-Busch has in the...
I think they're going to recover.
Yeah, definitely. I think that. No.
I don't know, man.
What's going to take their place, bro?
I think it's not
Modelo's
the and it's not the fact that like
That is good. No,
it's kind of like the Nickelback.
You like
thing.
Modelo?
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
good.
so bitter.
I
They don't
think
get the
it's
job.
That's the one with the double X's, right?
No, that's Dos Equis.
Oh, I'm thinking about Dos Equis. Yeah. I don't know any beer names. I just drink them.
Like now when I
Dos Equis
see a
is good.
Bud Light, I think about this now.
Yeah, facts.
What?
Yeah.
I can't.
I never think about
I can't get it out my brain anymore.
Yo,
So you're a
I
little
see
tipsy
like-
and you see a Bud Light, you said, no, man.
No, I'm talking about like today at Walmart. I was pushing the car and I looked, I seen how they had them all out. I was like, trying to get them things off.
Oh my God.
Just marked down.
I think
Now
that
that's what I think of.
the internet played a big part in this because, I mean,
it's like the Nickelback thing, bro. Like when everybody like, there's like, yeah, fuck them, then everybody was like, yeah, them. Like I thought it was like,
Yeah,
it became it's a trend now. I see people like on Snap, like they pushing beer and then you go be like, used to be Bud Light, not anymore, like just random.
people love to hate on things when it's a trend. Like Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, like that, bro.
In fact, you had these cans in 2019 that were rainbow bottles that were sold in stores
remember
all across the
yeah.
country. But the political arm of Anheuser-Busch has donated to anti-LGBTQ plus politicians. So where do you stand and where does the company stand on queer rights?
We support politicians that support our...
Why does a company gotta take a stand on their political views?
They want you to
So
take a side.
stupid.
It's a company.
I feel like
Like
people.
it's not a person.
In my opinion, I feel like people really didn't really care about it. I think it's the trans stuff that's throwing people
Yeah,
off.
that's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
what it is.
They probably not care about
Nigga,
at all the
Nobody was
prize.
tripping off the game.
I actually seen a
Nobody
comment the
tripping
other
off.
day. It said that the TQ is running with the LGB did.
Yeah.
So everybody's cool with the gay,
Yeah.
Be gays forever.
Be gay.
But
We try to push trans on children.
Everybody was like, we can't support that anymore. So if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. So that's why everybody kind of trying to stand on something.
Yeah, somebody got to draw a line somewhere for them.
You said at one point I heard you say, we're listening, we hear you. What did you hear, and how has it affected your employees? I'm curious about how they're feeling and how they're doing with all of this.
Our employees, we have 65,000. If you look at the 18,000 Anheuser-Busch employees and look at the 47,000 Anheuser-Busch wholesaler employees, and they're full of pride and they're full of commitment. And so it's really a privilege and it's humbling to have the opportunity to lead the organization. When you say listening, I've been out to many of the impacted markets. My team has been out to many of the impacted markets. And over the last month, we've talked to over 100,000 consumers, and their feedback is very clear.
What is it?
The feedback is to reinforce what Bud Light has always meant to them, which is good times, goodwill, and easy enjoyment. And we have that all packed inside of our summer campaign that we launched last week. We're in the middle of the NFL. I know Nate's not here, but we're in the middle of our NFL campaign that'll be out in a few weeks. It's right there. And I think the fact remains that millions and millions of consumers enjoy Bud Light each and every day.
But
And
they're
they do
still
it.
mad though, Brendan, because the sales have dropped. How are you handling that? I mean, the CEO, I want to know what this was been like for you when you've had so much vitriol on all sides. Your sales are dropping. People, we have people firing guns at Bud Light cans. I mean, it's just gotten really off the chain, crazy.
Yeah.
So how are you grappling with that, handling that?
I think it's the impact, honestly, on the employees that weighs most on me. But again, as I mentioned, seeing the pride and the commitment that they have working on behalf of a 165-plus-year-old American institution is what gives us energy as we look to move forward and focus on what we do best.
Yeah, it's so much bigger than a business story.
It is so much bigger than a business story. And I know this new campaign, this new ad campaign is going to focus on the people behind the beer. They've faced, confrontations just for driving a Bud Light truck. If you're a distributor, you face confrontations for selling the beer. There have been bombs. The LAPD had to do a in Los Angeles, right? This is all happening. So when you have these conversations with these folks, I mean, I imagine some frank words are exchanged. They're upset. What do you say back, and is there any financial assistance to them?
Well, we announced a couple weeks ago or last week, we are announcing investment for our frontline employees and their employment, as well as financial support for our wholesalers.
Has that started?
That has started.
The money's going out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And when you look at the organization, I mentioned it's 65,000 people when you put it all together. Mm-hmm. And if you extend it even a little bit further, it includes American farmers, the folks that make our high quality ingredients. And the campaign is all about celebrating them. Yeah. And again, these are farmers, these are brewery workers, these are drivers, merchandisers, sales reps, everybody that brings our industry to life and our business to life each and every day, and it's what makes it tick.
So how much is this marketing boo-boo, whatever you want to call it, costing Bud Light in the end, with the drop in sales, with the financial assistance, with the new ad campaign? I mean, you roll all that together, it sounds like tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars.
We're focusing on investing behind the brand right now. So we're actually increasing the investment on Bud Light 3 times this year as we move forward.
I know you're trying to move forward, and I think that's the right attitude. I get it. But what was the most difficult part for you navigating? You've been CEO for the past 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, what has this been like for you?
Pause real quick.
It's been.
Yeah, I don't know.
Modelo's already overtaken him. How do you take that spot back?
That quick? That means they wasn't that far.
But they sponsored by the,
Is Modelo like the animal on it?
No, Modelo's white. It's gold. White and gold.
Okay, yeah, I think
They ain't got no red on it.
Yeah, I thought it had a little red on it. White, just white and gold?
White and gold and
White
black and gold.
can, gold writing?
It's white coat. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have
Okay.
seen it. I haven't heard
Definitely seen one.
They got the gold covering on it.
That's on the bottle. Yeah.
I have not seen that.
When you pop it open, hey, them is different. I ain't gonna
You
lie.
like
You taste
Modelo?
one?
Yeah, they're
My
not
brother,
bad.
loves Modelo.
It's not
He
that
always
bad.
keep a 30 in the fridge. I went to his house one time.
Hey, I remember when I got a Coke 45 one day.
Yeah, I mean, we can't. It sucks. I mean, remember that video we seen that it said the government is trying to make all these companies do this type of stuff?
Yeah, they said there was some guy, big rich billionaire guy, who donates to campaigns.
Yeah.
What was his name?
He ran. Yeah, he ran.
Somebody.
So it's kind of like it's not Bud Light fault if that really happened.
I feel bad for him because I heard, I don't know if it's true, but like the lady who did this thing, who sent the dude the cans and all that, like these people, the top execs were like unaware. So
That
they didn't know
would
she was
suck.
gonna do that, and then she did that and messed up the whole company.
I would love
But I
to
don't know.
confirm that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's.
If it's that crazy,
I'm saying
lawsuit. No,
it might not be
they
Bud
ain't
Light's
on
fault.
it.
It might not be Bud Light's fault, but I feel like if you're a company, I'm just not picking any political side.
But I think they you got to now. You see what they're doing.
You see how heated.
Which side is Bud Light on? Which side is Cody FB on?
I ain't gonna lie.
You
The
can avoid
sports
that
league-
question though.
The sports league's even doing it. Like, think about the NFL.
But they
team.
had to. That's what I'm saying. They
Not
had
all of
to.
them.
Well, not all. What?
The Titans didn't do it.
That is very true.
They ain't-
There's a lot of teams that didn't do it.
It's
Well,
like-
yeah, that is very true. But maybe you get funded for doing it.
Some teams that did that got backlash on social media.
What'd they
ended
do?
up changing. They like
Is it-
put like their logo in the pride colors.
Oh,
the teams were like, people were like, no, like on
Yeah.
Twitter.
See, because I'm not taking no cut. I'm not taking any money to pick a political side because I know I'm gonna lose customers. Just not doing that.
Yeah.
Me personally. So
I
maybe,
understand. I just learned recently that like businesses have to choose they're into politics like that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, politicians may make decisions that affect their business.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's why
Before,
lobbyists and stuff.
really, bro, before this pride stuff, I've never seen a business pick a political side.
No, they do. We just didn't pay attention to it because I know
Yeah.
my dad company. He said like they have to do like they're into that.
That's crazy.
We're gonna break you off, bro. Hey, get that loud.
What's weighing on me the most has been
CEO for the past 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, what has this been like for you?
It's been, what's weighed on me the most has been, as I mentioned,
Your employees.
the employees.
A little more gray in the beard.
But you
A
are.
little more. Yeah, it's been
Point out
coming for a couple years already, even before this.
Brendan, we should point out that you're a former United States Marine and you were also at the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA.
Correct.
So you know a little bit about stress,
Yeah.
just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
How did you go from the CIA to Anheuser-Busch?
I thought
Good question.
the highest calling that anybody can have is serving the country. But for personal reasons, made the decision after 8 years in service of the country to move into business. I worked for PepsiCo for a number of years, and I came here 10 years ago, and I've been in this position for 2 years.
You still like this job?
I love this job, and I love the company. And it really is, as I mentioned, an American institution. And it's really, to me, 1 degree of separation away from the United States, the American flag. And so even though I'm not serving the country anymore, I still feel like I have an opportunity to support the country. And that's exactly what Anheuser-Busch gives us the opportunity to do.
And you're feeling you'll get through this?
Absolutely.
Wow.
People still like beer. They like it a lot.
Yeah, people love beer. I think we're on the doorstep of the July 4th weekend.
Yeah.
That's right. It's an absolutely fantastic.
That's why I say he look young. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's placed into moments that matter to
He
all
got
our
great
consumers.
in his
All right,
beard.
Brendan, thank you very
This
much.
guy's
Thank you very much for having
But
me.
I like Brendan, man.
Oh, he in his 50s.
He's a beast.
But he is right though. I
He's a
mean,
fucking
Bud
beast.
Light is like the American drink, man.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Bud Light in a shotgun. I'm telling you.
That's the first alcohol I ever
Golden
knew.
Retriever.
That's the first alcohol I ever
I ain't gonna lie, the first alcohol I knew was a cork 45.
No, definitely Bud Light or wine.
knew. It was definitely Bud Light.
That's what you need.
Bud Light was the number one. Bud Light's on like Nike level. But I'm saying like,
No, they weren't though.
What you
We
like?
thought they might have been, but Nike, like, I don't think Nike would have got caught by other brands that quick.
Oh, Nike's way too far ahead. They control
But yeah,
the market.
definitely.
Actually,
No,
the
I'm
project
saying-
on them.
but like how many people know them in the United States? It's Bud Light, everybody.
Dude, that's
Well, I
worse
mean,
than
Nike has a pride
Yeah.
campaign.
That is true. That's what I'm saying. So like they're not.
But Nike's worldwide.
People
They're that much bigger.
Yeah, people have bought Nikes for them. I'm pretty sure.
Think about
But
who
they,
you got
yeah,
with.
so they control the athletic market space. So like balls are like
They can't even get
by like
got.
billions of dollars. Like they're like, if you combine Adidas and Under Armour, they still wouldn't catch Nike.
The Nike's
You forgot who's wearing his day shit? Braun, Jordan.
Yeah, they put the best of the
Jordan?
best in their stuff. That's like a marketing
that's very
ploy.
true.
And they had a little Ronaldo.
They got plenty of people.
They got some of the best of the best. Adidas got some good guys too, but
Yeah.
Nike's just got the hold on the game. You know what's crazy?
All the
Adidas was
shoes.
around first.
Well, guys, let us know what y'all think about this CEO and if Bud Light will shake back. The boycott's still going on. Oh, you guys involved in the
Let
boycott?
us know which side you're on.
Let us know. We're out here. Hit us on Instagram.